In a village where beauty was praised like gold, only one woman lived to learn that beauty can also destroy. This is the story of Amara, the woman whose beauty took more than it ever gave. Amara grew up in the quiet village of Igoli, known for nothing except its red earth and stubborn silence. Her mother, Mama Nettie, always said beauty skipped their family like a frightened bird. So, when Amara began to blossom at 17, her mother watched her with fear instead of pride. One hot evening, an old woman named Ngozi stopped Amara on the narrow footpath near the stream. Her eyes were pale like faded palm wine, and her voice trembled. "Child, beauty is a river that can drown the one who drinks too deeply. Take this." She pushed a small white underwear into Amara's hand. "Wear it always. Never remove it for any man, no matter how much he loves you." Amara wanted to laugh, but the woman's hand shook so violently that she nodded. When Amara looked up again, the woman had vanished. She kept the underwear hidden under her clothes that night, convinced it was nothing but the ramblings of an old woman. But everything changed the next morning. When Amara stepped outside, a strange hush swept over the compound. Men passing by dropped their calabashes. Women stared with open mouths. Children froze mid-play. Her skin glowed like polished bronze. Her hair curled like black fire. Her eyes shimmered like river stones. Even her walk felt enchanted, like her feet no longer touched the ground. Her mother clutched her wrapper in fear. "Amara, what has happened to you?" Amara had no answer. Within weeks, wealthy traders began arriving from distant villages. Chiefs sent their sons. Palm wine tappers suddenly developed courage. Suitors camped outside her home from dawn till night. But Amara loved only one man, Okan. Okan was not wealthy, he was not strong, but he had loved her long before beauty wrapped itself around her like a curse. His voice, his kindness, his laughter, those were the things that made Amara feel human, not worshipped. But beauty changes people. Beauty exposes secrets. Beauty reveals greed hidden behind smiles. One evening, under the mango tree, Okan held Amara's hand. "I know you think you've changed," he whispered, "but I see the girl who laughed at my crooked sandals, the girl with dust on her legs, the girl who made my life brighter." A tear slipped down her cheek. "Okan, will you still want me if everyone else does too?" He placed his forehead on hers. "I want you because nobody else can love you the way I do. But fate is cruel." Before they could marry, Okan disappeared. No letter, no trace, no goodbye. People said he ran away out of shame because he couldn't compete with rich suitors. Others whispered he drowned in the river. Mama Nettie believed he had been taken by jealous spirits. Amara kept searching for him. For months she walked through markets, forests, shrines, calling his name. But Okan was gone. Her heart broke so deeply, she felt something inside her harden and die. And when she finally agreed to marry another man, a wealthy cattle merchant named Bassi, she did it with a numb heart. The day Amara entered Bassi's home, wealth began to flood his life like a storm. His cattle multiplied, his farms flourished, his trade expanded. People said he touched gold whenever he sneezed. But 3 months later, Bassi vanished. No struggle, no body, no farewell. He simply disappeared like smoke. Grief washed over Amara, but the suitors did not stop. Some said she was blessed. Some whispered she was cursed. Others claimed men vanished because they couldn't handle the blessings she brought. Still, she married again, and again, and again. Each man grew wealthy beyond imagination, and each one disappeared before Amara could taste happiness.
Amara cried to her mother, her voice shaking like broken clay. "Why is this happening to me? Why does beauty feel like a punishment?" Her mother held her face gently. "Amara, there is something old inside you, something older than this village. We must find a way to break it." But solutions do not come easily when curses are older than memory. In her 5th marriage, Amara met Chima. He was kind, humble, soft-spoken. He loved her with a gentleness that reminded her of Okan. For the first time in years, Amara felt a warm spark of hope. One night, Chima asked Amara softly, "Amara, why do you look at me like you expect me to disappear?" She swallowed hard. "Because everyone else did." Chima held her hands. "I will not vanish. I want to grow old with you." She wanted desperately to believe him, but Chima, like the others, became wealthy too quickly, too strangely, too powerfully. And Amara felt fear chewing at her heart. One night, Chima touched the waistband of the white underwear, something no man had ever done. "Amara," he whispered, "you can trust me. Let me see you fully." Her heart raced wildly. "No!" she cried, jumping away. "I can't remove it. I was warned." Warned by who? An old woman before all this started. Chima frowned. "This thing controls you. What if this is the source of this curse? What if removing it sets you free?" Amara shook her head, trembling. "I can't risk losing you too." But that night, curiosity gnawed at her. She stared at the underwear long after Chima slept. She thought of the men who had vanished, of Bassi, of the others, of Okan, of her own loneliness. She whispered, "What if Chima is right? What if this thing has imprisoned me?" Hands shaking, tears streaming, she slowly loosened it. The candle flickered. A cold wind swept through the room. The walls groaned, and the underwear fell to the floor. Her beauty dimmed instantly, like a lamp losing oil. Not gone, but human again, real again, soft again. She touched her face in shock. For the first time in years, she looked like herself. But before she could react, she heard a sound behind her. A deep gasp. A familiar gasp. She turned slowly. Okan stood at the doorway. Not a ghost, not a spirit. Alive. Older, leaner, but unmistakably Okan. He stared at her with shaking hands. "Amara, you removed it." Her heart slammed against her chest. "Opan, how? Where? Why did you leave me?" His eyes filled with tears. "I never left you. I was taken." Her breath froze. He walked toward her slowly, as if afraid she would vanish. The old woman, Ngozi, she was not ordinary. She belonged to the river. She saw your future. She knew the kind of power that would awaken in you. She tried to protect you. Amara's legs trembled. "Okan, what happened to all the men I married?" "They did not die," Okan whispered. "They were kept, hidden, bound to your beauty. Every man who loved you was trapped in a spirit world of wealth and shadow, feeding the curse while you lived without joy." Amara collapsed into his arms, sobbing with a grief that shook her soul. "Okan, I wanted you, only you." "And I never stopped loving you," he whispered, "but you needed to be free before any of us could return. Removing that underwear broke the spirit bond." Suddenly, outside in the night, voices echoed, deep, confused, calling out. Men walked out of the dark shadows around the compound. Bassi, Chima, others, alive, but dazed, released like prisoners stepping into sunlight after years. Mama Nettie rushed outside in shock, calling Amara's name. And Amara stood in the center of the compound, Okan's hand in hers, her beauty now human, her curse broken, her heart finally free. Chima stepped forward, his voice shaky. Amara, you freed us. She nodded with tears. I never meant to hurt anyone. I only wanted love. And Okan squeezed her hand. You have it now. The kind that is not built on magic, the kind that survives curses, the kind that remembers you even when the world forgets. The men eventually returned to their families. Life slowly returned to normal, and Amara chose peace over power, love over beauty, truth over fear. She married Okan quietly under the mango tree, where their love first